Arce.
Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. Good morning.
What's happening?
I'm good. We got some special guests with us, some special guest co-hosts.
Yes, we do.
They flew in right with Donald Trump when Donald Trump got his mugshot taken and flew right back. We got JoJo and the big homie from the JoJo and Big Homie Show.
Yes, sir. Ski, what's up?
We in the NY.
Yeah, by way of Chicago and Atlanta.
That's right.
Yeah.
They host the night show in Atlanta on 105.3 The Beat Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to midnight. So those are our homies from our ATL station.
But Showski?
Did y'all see Trump when y'all was out there?
Nah, he had something going on crazy at the airport because the alarms was going off.
Yeah, for sure.
It's called Secret Service.
Exactly. We didn't see him, but we saw the traffic that he brought to the airport.
Quavo said he was at Magic City. I don't know if he was at Magic City or not. Quavo said he's seen him in
He
Magic.
probably stopped the guy who some wings.
The jail is right around the corner from Magic City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's a possibility.
You could have got some wings.
Nah, he was rolling deep though. I mean, but he's the president. Goddamn, it's called the Secret Service, presidential details.
He is not the president.
He is. I mean, he's not the president, but he's still a president.
So do the Secret Service do a sweep in the jail? Like, do they go to the jail, make sure the jail's clear before the president
That's a good question.
comes down
They
the
got
mugshot,
to.
and then they leave? That's crazy.
I'm sure they already had proper provisions in place.
I'm trying to figure out how he was only there for 20 minutes.
Because he's the president, he's white.
The president.
First one and second.
Fanny was just being petty. She was just being petty. Come here and take this picture.
Yeah, the crazy thing is he was able to put his own weight and his own height in the thing.
And we know that's a damn lie.
Okay.
There's no way in hell Donald Trump weighing no 215 pounds. If you 6'3", 215, you slim. Okay, hips don't lie. Donald Trump touching 300 easy.
Backs don't either.
Absolutely.
Come on, Trump got a big back.
Yeah, he got
big
a
back
big
Trump.
That's right. He got a big back.
Hips and backs don't lie at all.
Well, on today's show, Reason will be joining us. Of course, you know him from TDE. He has an album out called Porches, and we're going to be kicking it with him.
Or you may not know him at all. Okay, you may not know him at all from TDE. That's one of his gripes. Okay,
all right, okay.
But this is his second album. I like Reason. I think he's very dope. So he'll be on Breakfast Club this morning. And we got another young bull. Young bull.
That's right. Friday, you know him from the song God Did.
He's the person singing the hook.
He's singing with John Legend.
His album is out today. He's from Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got both of those young bulls.
That's
right. I think I'm saying it right.
You are definitely not saying it right.
Young bulls.
I think young bull. Like boy and bull.
Ball, like a ball.
Bull.
Yeah, like
young
bull.
Young bull.
Yeah. I would ask Taylor, but she's not really from Philly. She's from Lower Derby. So
it's not the same.
Eddie, is it bull or bull?
Huh? Bull.
Oh, he about to come
in.
He about
to come in and tell you how to say. Philly running here. That's right.
You know how Philly is.
Turn on.
Young bull. I told y'all, like ball.
Young ball, like handball.
Like ball. Okay.
Yeah. Well, two young men will be here this morning. That's right. Reason and Friday. Okay.
All right. When we come back, we got front page news. Tezlyn Figaro will be telling us all about Donald Trump. We got an exclusive. Gucci, J. Cole. All right. Worldwide exclusive. Gucci Mane, J. Cole. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I thought he was saying, might be a man. Might be a man. I was like, where's this record going? Didn't it sound like that in the beginning?
It did sound.
Play it from the beginning, Red. Just play the beginning back real quick, can you?
It's freaking Friday. See, we got
I didn't know. I was like, where's this going?
He said Mike Will made it.
I know.
But it sounded
at
like
first, I thought he said might be a man. I just wanted to know where the record was going. That's all.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Morning, everybody. We are DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some guest hosts, JoJo and the Big Homie Show from the ATL. You can catch them Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to midnight on 105.3 The Beat. But let's get in some front page news. Tezlyn Figaro!
Good morning, DJ MV. Good morning, Charlamagne. You needed to know where the record identified, I guess.
That's it.
What identified?
What did this record identify?
Good morning, Big Homie. Good morning, family.
Good morning.
We just need to know where it identified. We don't want to get in trouble. Good morning,
That's
JoJo. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
All right, let's jump right into it. Donald Trump, he's 6'6" with only 215 pounds.
Yeah, they said the real crime was reporting 215 pounds. Somebody on Twitter said, when does the lie stop? But yesterday, former President Donald Trump was booked at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta, as we know, on felony charges related to his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. I was on the plane at the time, DJ Envy. I mean, I was just refreshing like everybody else every 2 minutes. On Twitter, it was hashtag, mugshot watch. And so folks were waiting on that, and they finally did release that mugshot. Now, this is Trump's first fourth indictment this year, but it's the first time he had his mugshot taken. You know, we talked about this many, many times, wondering if Big Fanny was going to do it, and it looks like she absolutely did it. Now, they said they are taking mugshots of all 19 people charged in the case. We're going to talk a little bit more about those folks in the second hour, but that included Rudy Giuliani, who we saw on yesterday, Sidney Powell, and former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Now, Trump was released, obviously, not long after he was jailed on a $200,000 bond. Here's what he had to say.
Really believe this is a very sad day for America. This should never happen. If you challenge an election, you should be able to challenge an election. I thought the election was a rigged election, a stolen election, and I should have every right to do that.
You know, the interesting thing about all of this, like, you know how slim and fit Trump would be if he was 6'3", 215 pounds. And I know people are making jokes, but the reason mugshots are important because if somebody goes on the run, they need a description.
Correct.
So if you say 6'3", 215, strawberry blonde hair, none of that describes, you know, Donald Trump. Trump is probably 6'3", and he weighs about Chris Christie. Easily.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Easily.
But see, the most impressive thing, I don't know if you caught it. You know, Teslin Figueroa flies Spirit, and she said she was, you know, checking every 2 minutes. So I didn't even know Spirit had Wi-Fi. Did you know Spirit?
First of all, I fly Southwest.
I didn't know Southwest had Wi-Fi. Did you?
Yes, they do.
I didn't think she meant she was in the air. I thought they were still taxiing. That's what I thought.
No, we do have Wi-Fi actually, and it is free. Shout out to Southwest Airlines.
Okay. Wow. That's what was impressive to me. That's what I caught. But yeah, very impressive.
Now they are, Charlamagne, you mentioned yesterday they're going to be selling shirts, and you called that. They absolutely do have the shirts up for $34 on the Trump website, $25 coffee mug, $15 beer koozies. The tagline says "Never surrender," but technically he did surrender. You know, going into the take a mugshot is technically surrender. It's not like it's like Cleo on Set It Off. That's what not surrendering is.
So I was going to ask, what's protocol? Because usually they have to weigh you and do your height. Why was he just allowed to write it down and keep it moving? Do we know?
Is it white privilege? I don't know.
White privilege.
I have no idea. Maybe we'll look into that.
He's selling them shirts for cheap, though. I saw something last night that said they was giving the shirts away for free. Claim your free. It says claim your free shirt for a limited time only. Oh no, okay. If you make a contribution of $47,
donations
or more to help defend our movement from the never-ending witch hunt, we'll send you your very own Never Surrender T-shirt for free. Boy, these people slick. It's not free.
No,
right? Donation.
I thought they'd have been doing it for $100. $47. Why didn't they just do $45?
That'd be dope.
Because he'll be the 40. Would he be the 47th president? Yeah, if he wins again.
Yeah,
he'd be 47th.
Wait.
Yeah, because Joe Biden
46. Yeah, he'd be 47.
If he win, he'd be 47.
That's right.
Boy, you know what?
He's
they
so
smarter
clever.
than us.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
They some slick people. Y'all can play all you want. Stop acting like the people ain't good on social media and they're not good at marketing. They are.
That's a good marketing strategy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
I feel like a couple black people might even get a shirt.
Oh, they doing that anyway. They love this Timmons way too much.
You ain't see the niggas for Trump? Literally at the
they call blacks for Trump.
No, they were called niggas for Trump.
Really?
Do that on the shirt.
Yeah, it was on the shirt. It was on the shirt.
Yeah.
But I don't think all the people was black. Some of them looked like they was like with makeup.
Really?
They look disguised. Yes, I'm telling you. I seen the picture and I was like, yo, this does not look like a real black person.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Teslin Figueroa, we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Absolutely. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's a Friday. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning, Breakfast Club. This is DU.
What's up, you? Get it off your chest.
Hey, how you doing, Envy?
I'm good, brother.
Huh?
I'm good, brother. How you feeling?
Hey, what's up, Charlamagne? Good morning, the guest host, big homie, JoJo. I'm just calling to talk about the statement Trump made as far as contesting an election. Yes, you do have a right to contest the election, but the way you went about it is all the way criminal. So stop trying to confuse the people about, you have a right to contest the election. You sent your whole claim to the Capitol. Like, stop it, man. That's all, man.
Yeah, the crazy thing is he's not confusing his people because his people, refuse to believe the truth anyway. So his people already believe.
Yeah.
His people already believe the narrative he already put out there. So.
Absolutely, man. Well, y'all have a blessed weekend, man. Good day. And in day.
Yo. That's right. Blow that horn.
Have a good one, y'all.
All right, brother. I like the horns from the trucks. You know?
He likes when guys him in the morning.
I know that's
Hey,
all right?
I
didn't say that.
We all have our things.
I'm about to say. But like a lot of guys like that in the morning.
JoJo and Big Homie are here, our guest co-host. Hello, who's this?
Oh, it's Will from Jersey. How you guys doing on this beautiful Friday?
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Great.
A lot of people are overthinking this Trump thing and saying that, well, it's not right to arrest and charge and potentially jail an ex-president. But the other thing beside it is, if you let him go, you set a precedent that if you're an ex-president or a sitting president, you commit a crime, you can totally be absolved from it. You will never receive jail time. And then in essence, we become like a fiefdom. Like we have a king. The king can do whatever he wants, and no matter what it is, probably except for murder, and that the king won't have to do any jail time. So that's one of the other important aspects of this. Also, Daniel Willis, we got to make sure we put a net around her spiritually, hell, maybe even physical, just to make sure that nothing happens to our sister. If she should trip and fall and break her neck, we need to be out there, not necessarily raising Cain, but just making sure that everything, there's no chicanery going on. That's an old school word. But I fear and I respect, when I fear for the sister's safety in a sense, because there are some crazies out there.
Right.
You're absolutely right, but man, there's a lot of people out there that love Young Thug and YSL, and they like, if she don't pardon them, and they you know what I mean, they don't really care about what she doing with Old Thug and OCL.
Free Thug.
See what I'm saying?
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Evan.
Hey, Evan, today's your birthday, huh?
It's my birthday.
Ow. It's your birthday. How old are you?
Well, about that. No, I'm in my 30s.
You out your toxic 20s?
You in your 30s, what?
She 30.
No, my toxic 20s, I guess.
You in your 30s. Well, happy birthday. What you doing for your birthday?
I'm hopping on a flight to Vegas.
Ow, okay.
Oh, she about to act bad.
Ew, act bad.
You sound thick, too.
No. I just woke up. So.
She said, no, I just woke up. How does somebody thick sound?
You know how this thick girl sounds out here. Real heavy voice.
By the way, that's Big Homie talking. Okay, don't think that's Charlamagne, please. That's Big Homie talking. Right? Yeah.
Well, you have a great birthday, Mama.
Big Homie is from Atlanta. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Yeah, Big Homie.
You can sense the
if she ain't over 180, she can't be my lady, for sure.
Jesus. She ain't over 180.
I bet.
She can't be my lady.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's
a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. Good morning.
Big OG Rob. What up, OG?
What's happening? How y'all feeling this morning, brothers?
What's up,
Good.
G?
Good. Now, OG Rob calls every Friday and he spits bars.
Okay.
He's from New York, real hip hop. So go ahead, OG.
All right, copy that. Check it. I said, figured I'd go legit. Stay sharp, spot them from long range and turn it up and keep them stuck. One and the same, attacking the food chain is touch and go. You know how that be. Just keep the ball rolling. Sidestep, FIFA respect. Strike when the goal's open, transparent. Go to the streets. Want to see rap sheets. I double every verse I speak. Process on repeat, no hesitation. Underground moving throughout the bread station. Carts full, keep it a stack. We packing like donations. I'm building this brick by brick. Shout out Javon Stitch, no nonsense. I'm stopping them bets foes be folding with. Unsigned hype on that level. A full package deal. They spin the wheel, hoping them numbers land on a free meal. It's bar time. You see how my craft is smooth off the outline? Just cut the check. Watch progress as campaign and grind. OG.
Okay, OG.
Ooh, I feel like Big Homie got some bars.
You got some bars?
Do I got bars?
He got a little something on
I got
there.
little bars.
I feel like you got something for him.
Okay. Nah, I don't. I
Don't
can't
embarrass
even.
yourself
I'm
on
not
here
even about to do that.
I got some bars.
You got some bars?
Maybe Big
Call
Homie
him
come
out like
after
that.
me. Pause.
Okay.
All right, here we go. What the blood? Wanna bumble with MV? Bzz. Charlamagne throw that ass on the whole family. Dressing all black like the Omen. Shout out to my friends JoJo and Big Homie. And you know me for making it get so sick. Floss in the 6 with the legs on my wrist. If it's murder, you know JoJo wrote it. Charlamagne for that ass, you know what you do?
Wow. I actually don't think I can follow that.
I'm giving him one bar for that, man.
One bar?
One bar. I've been through mad different phases like mazes to find my way. And now I know without a doubt that envy's gay. That's it.
JoJo, you got a boy?
No.
You got a boy?
No, I can't wait to go hit one up, though.
Oh, my God. Okay.
You got one, Joe? You got one?
Okay, I got one. It's Big Homie from the ATL in New York about to give OG Rod some hell.
Okay.
Hey, DJ Envy to the left, Charlamagne to the right. That's a long ass name, but I got it right.
Okay. There's a lot of people that get that shit right.
Yeah.
OG, Big Homie, we be playing. I don't know if there's a lot of people, you know,
I'm playing.
I'm playing.
He not playing.
I'm playing.
I just really did that.
No, we be playing.
No,
OG Rob, thank you, brother.
Sound like
I'm playing.
He's not playing.
One of y'all playing.
He's not playing.
I feel like neither one of y'all
OG Rob not playing either.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way. What we talking about in the rumors? Give us a little tease.
So, Halle Berry is expected to pay monthly child support of $8,000.
Get that check, King.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. I got to remind y'all, my car show is this weekend. It's finally here. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Philly, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Atlanta. Pull up. Of course, celebrity cars, exotic car, games, rides. You guys went to the one in Atlanta.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of family activity. Your mom's was there, too.
Yeah, shout out to Big Homie Mama. Her birthday is actually this Sunday, so happy birthday, Big Homie
Happy
Mama.
birthday.
What you getting from mom?
She went to the LL Cool J concert this past weekend.
Okay.
For
Monday.
free.
What doesn't matter? Is it a gift? Because is it a gift? Not a gift because it was free.
You got that from the station.
But that's the beauty of having a son who's a radio
That's
person.
the beauty of having relationships.
That's right.
No, you're right.
Well, JoJo and Big Homie are here. They're guest hosting with us, and let's jump right into the rumors.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You created a platform where your opinion does matter.
I'm not controversial. I just say what the I want to say.
Then when that mic come on, he be saying something totally different. I be calling your ass on.
Radio different.
This is the Rumor Report.
JoJo and the Big Homie.
What's up?
You got a buddy going again?
On the Breakfast Club.
We in the NY.
We do this, guys.
I'm gonna say, y'all hard.
That's
Taylor.
That's not a we.
Wow. That is Taylor made it. Ain't no
Taylor?
we.
I see
That's
you
Taylor.
over there.
Taylor get those intros.
Taylor get all her
Wow.
her content early.
Ain't no we here. That's all
When
Taylor.
did we do that? I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor's a beast.
There she is. Y'all gonna jump into
I
rumors?
know nobody believes
Oh,
that
I'm so
Taylor's
like, I ain't know what happened. Okay,
Taylor Beasley got quiet.
I'm the only person who believes in Taylor. I really hope she understands.
Okay, it's a sad day.
Okay.
Because Halle Berry is to pay $8,000 a month in child support.
Yes.
Now, her
Get
Halle
your
Berry
coins,
finally settled her divorce and custody battle with her ex-husband. I think it's Oliver Martinez. The two will share joint legal custody of their 9-year-old son.
Yeah.
And the ruling states that Halle Berry agreed to pay $8,000 a month, and she will also pay him 4.3% of any income she receives above $2 million. All right, now that covers their son's school tuition, uniform, school supplies, and extracurricular activities. She will also pay back Martinez for any money spent on the 2023-2024 school year. Jesus
Why are you
Christ.
making your
That
face
man,
like
that man is a pioneer. He needs his own day. He's a trailblazer.
I mean, if the tables were turned, he would have to pay that, right? So since she makes a lot more,
I can't wait
and the baby is their baby, shouldn't
Right.
they be splitting it 50-50 like they probably are?
Yeah.
She's giving him 4.3% of any income she receives, though. That's kind of like
No.
So where's the kid staying at? Is it joint custody?
You said joint
That's
custody.
what I was thinking too. I was like, well, who's got primary custody? Because it sounds like the guy got primary custody based off the numbers JoJo just read.
But if you have joint custody, where is the baby staying?
It's gonna be with the
mama
dad. It's gonna be with the dad. Dad needs a nice house. Dad needs $1 million house too.
Yeah, because usually how the father lives, they say the mom should be living the same
Absolutely.
way. So the kid, when they go to house, is not like you go from Beverly Hills to the projects.
Yeah, it's just interesting that when a man is on the winning side of one of these cases, all of a sudden people want to have discussions about what's fair and what's not fair. But when it's a woman that have to, a guy that have to give up $20,000 a month, everybody's like, yeah, get your money, queen.
I'm so glad that I am the only female in here right now, so I can speak on this because
You're not you don't know what we identify as.
Yeah, you don't know what. How you gonna say that? You don't know what identify as. How dare you?
You're absolutely right because I don't know what y'all got going on, but but the guy he's an actor. He makes money.
He ain't booked, man. He not booked. He not booked and busy. So she need to.
He not Halle Berry.
He need to build up them pockets.
He's not Halle Berry. I get that. I mean, if he has to get his coins,
support your man.
I am
support
always
that bus driver.
I'm always torn on this though because I feel like a man's job is to protect and provide. So I'd be like, don't dig in our pockets like that. But then on the other side, I'm like, fair is fair.
It's for the kid. It's not for him. It's for the child.
So just because he's not the breadwinner, he's not the protector and provider.
He's still providing what he can.
Yeah,
he's protecting what he can,
and he's leading that household as the household needs to be led. He can lead her money too.
He providing what he getting out that $8,000 a month.
Exactly.
Well, do you think that this is? So you guys think that this is fair?
Yes.
It's the law.
This is a fair thing.
It's the law. It's
You
not
gotta
about
abide by
what's
the
fair,
law.
Jojo.
Yeah, you gotta abide by the law.
Okay, it's the law. Okay, I get that. Well, Safari, he didn't like it. He thinks it's a little sassy. He put out a tweet. He said, "A man getting child support is crazy. He might as well put on a dress."
Who cares what Safari think?
That too, because Safari got his own.
When did he become like the social justice?
Safari got.
I'm just saying,
to be honest, he got his own situation he got going on over there. He really ain't had no right to.
He does have his own situation.
Lyrical and biblical, sitting up on my pedestal. No matter how you see it, I'm the pinnacle. It's pitiful, you an imbecile. If you try to make it physical, you end up critical. Think it's subliminal. You not no criminal. Right. Stereotypical. No
leave Safari alone.
You know
Big homie, right? What do we care with Safari?
My freestyle was better than that.
No, like what was that?
Boo boo.
No, somebody tell me what that was.
Man, Safari. You know what's so crazy? Every time Safari raps, somebody says, "What was that?" Yeah. Safari just need to drop an album called "What Was That."
Like if that was that Banks show in Atlanta, like he get all the doo doo emojis thrown at him.
Oh, at the show.
Yeah, the show. Okay. Yeah, shout out to homie Big Bank.
Salute to Bank.
What else we got, JoJo?
Okay, so Blueface's brother says his mom taught him how to eat the
vajayjay.
Can you say coot?
No, you can't eat that. You know what?
The
You can say vagina.
Vagina.
You can't. Yeah,
we know
separately. Yes, you can.
Blueface's brother said that his mom taught him how to eat.
Perform acts.
Yes,
perform acts.
Somebody's mom teaching you how to be a munch is crazy.
That
Your mom,
wild.
is that his own mom?
Yes. So
Your own mom teaching you how to be a munch is crazy.
How does that conversation
go? We
go?
need context for this. What happened?
So Blueface's brother posted a rant on his IG stories accusing their mother of not being a present mother, but there's one part in particular that has everyone giving the side eye. You never taught me blank except how to eat blank. One time, which was weird, I learned everything.
Now, what is blank? That might be grits. Let me read it for myself.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say the word and get fined, and then I'll let you do it. You got a lot more clearance than I do.
Now we got the dumb button right here, so we hit it up.
Okay.
You never taught me how to eat. That could be pizza.
There ain't no pizza.
It's bleeped out. All I see is the P. It's blurred out.
You never taught me blank except how to. That's
that could be pizza.
You're not gonna trick. No, you're not gonna trick us. Nope. We just got to pick.
That could be potatoes.
But could you imagine that conversation? Now, first of all, my parents never even taught me about the birds and bees. I'm still waiting for that conversation. But could you how does your mom tell you that? Like how does that conversation happen?
It doesn't.
Y'all need to be asking what birds and bees ever had to do with sex.
No, seriously. Is it a pollination?
We gotta grow up, yo.
I don't know.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, well, that is your rumor report. Thank you, guys. Mm-hmm. Now, when we come back, Teslin Figueroa will be joining us. We got to talk Trump, Donald Trump, and more Donald Trump. And then Reason from TDE will be joining us. Don't go anywhere. And our guest co-host this morning, JoJo and Big Homie, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Looking to turn a small bet into a big payday? With DraftKings Sportsbook Same Game Parlay, you can pocket more cash when you can buy multiple bets from one game. Download the app, sign up with code ENVY, and get a special offer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, JoJo and Big Homie, of course, from ATL.
Yeah.
You can catch them on 105.3 The Beat, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to midnight. And shout out to my brother Louis V, too. What up, Louis?
Louis V, the visionary.
All right, well, let's jump right in front page news. All right, Tez. Welcome back. More Trump.
Yes,
More Trump and Trump business. Come on, break it down.
More Trump and Trump business. Rico, shout out to everybody in Atlanta, and our guest host here from Atlanta did it big yesterday with actually being the first time we had a president take a mugshot. Now, we talked a little bit about it in the first hour, but I wanted to kind of talk about his other defendants as well in that Rico charge. Now, most of them have already turned themselves in, but they still have the deadline for those who have not. At least 11 of the 19 have turned themselves in, and today by noon, everybody has to be turned in and has to turn themselves in and booked. So we should see some more mug shots coming on out today as well. Now, there was also a lot of talk on social media about the black guy for Black Voices for Trump, Willie Lewis Floyd. He is the only one still in jail, and the reason for that is he is the only one that did not have a pre-arranged bond. Now, what that means is he will remain, and this is as of yesterday evening, something could have changed, but between then and now, but he will remain in the Fulton County Jail until he can appear before a judge who will be able to grant him a bond to arrange his bond. But folks are saying that, hey, out of everybody who's still in jail is still the black guy. What do you guys think about that?
Nobody told Willie how this works. Nobody said, Willie, you need an attorney. Have your attorney call the district. Like nobody hit Willie? Or did Willie not have the funds to pay for an attorney?
Either or. Willie didn't have it.
Damn, Willie.
What Willie had going on?
He didn't unlock that level of privilege yet. He ain't upgraded to that level.
No, what did Willie have going on? He had probation.
They said he was arrested 3 months ago in Maryland on a federal warrant because it accused him of aggressively confronting 2 FBI agents to serve him with a grand jury subpoena.
Oh, he's a menace.
Right. Exactly.
Lock that thug up.
Yep. I tell you what else too, man. Everyone who didn't take Trump's mugshot previously, shame on you. Mm-hmm. Shame on you. Because clearly, I thought that you couldn't do that to a former president.
I thought so
clearly
too.
You could.
The way they were avoiding it, I thought they couldn't.
Shame on all those people. Who? Alvin Bragg? Who else was it, Tez? Who were the previous indictments?
Let me just run those indictments back just for clarity. So we had January 6th case, we had the Georgia election interference case, we had the classified document case, and then the hush money case.
All of those people granted Donald Trump a level of privilege that he didn't even have. Y'all did that. Y'all chose not to treat that man like you treat every other American citizen. Salute to Fannie Mae Willis for treating Trump and his cronies like any other person who gets arrested.
I don't think her name is Fannie Mae, but we know
Fannie Mae don't play. You got to put a Mae in there.
Fannie Mae don't play.
You got to put a Mae in there.
In the ATL for sure. I'm just trying to figure out what was the big deal of not getting your mugshot taken.
That's my point. I don't know.
Why is it so? Why he was like, I don't want my mugshot. What was the point?
Well, I guess it was them not making him do it. Fannie Mae Willis made him and all his cronies do it. Everybody else didn't, and I think that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me say who that everybody else is. Jack Smith was the special counsel for because you'd asked who did it for the January 6th case. So it was Jack Smith. The Georgia election interference case, obviously we know that's Fannie Willis, and then the classified document case, Jack Smith again. And then the hush money case, was the Alvin Bragg, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Alvin Bragg and Jack Smith, granted Donald Trump a level of privilege that he didn't even have. He should have had mugshots for all of those cases. Mm-hmm. Salute to Fannie Mae Willis.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Teslin.
Absolutely.
And make sure you subscribe to Teslin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow Teslin Figaro on all social media platforms at Teslin Figaro.
All right. Now, when we come back from TDE, I think Reason will be joining us. He's still TDE, right?
Yes, as far as I know. Maybe he won't be after this interview, but he's still TDE.
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, Reason TDE. I'm just playing.
All right.
He'd have to change his Instagram name if he wasn't, because it's Reason TDE.
Okay. Well, we'll chop it up with him next, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Of course, we got our niece Nyla in here with us, and we got a special guest in the building, the brother Reason. Welcome.
What's the deal?
You got a new project out called Porches.
Yes.
Can we call this an album?
It is. It's an album.
Okay.
It's an album. I don't like when artists do that. Like
I
when
hate it.
Yeah, like it's an album. Like it's fine. Like artists. I saw. I'm not gonna name his name, but he just dropped. He dropped maybe like last year, and he was like, "Oh, this is my second album." I'm like, "You got 8 projects out. Like they're all albums to me."
Who, NBA Youngboy?
I'm not gonna.
You don't want to say no other artist name.
I mean,
but
you don't gotta say names because every artist does that.
Yeah, a lot of artists.
You can call everybody from TDE out. Why can't he say other artists' names?
Wow.
You gonna start right there?
You call out your own label. Welcome to the Breakfast Club, Raven. All right.
What's up?
Nah, but Porches is out, and I like that album because I love a good porch. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the South. You know what I mean? So I love a good porch. I got a porch now, so I understand what you mean when you talk about that porch.
Yeah, it's just a product of your environment. It's really just like a metaphor for your environment. We're all, we're coming from our environment. If me and you grow up in similar class, similar place, similar income, we're going to go through similar shit. And that's kind of like what the album's storyline is about, is realizing the portion that you on, realizing that you are a product of your environment. And yes, you can go on to do bigger things, but we need to understand and love each other a little bit better, knowing that we all come from the same place, especially in today's time, because we all just kind of point the finger at people when something crazy happens, not understanding exactly like the things that they've gone through and whatnot.
Because that was the stoop. We call it the stoop in New York.
I'm about to say,
we ain't got porches, we got stoops.
Yeah, and the outro, it actually says that, because I got the homie, shout out Scrap, he's kind of like narrating the album in like an older man voice, and he said that he like New York call it a stoop. Like, he was like, rich white people, I don't know what they call it, but they call it something. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, same thing.
I love these kind of albums, man, because I love a project that I'm listening to, and then I got to look down at the track list to know what this song is, because it's so cohesive.
Yeah.
Is that purposely done? Of course it is.
It definitely is. I started making this album, the idea behind it, on my last album, New Beginnings. So the last album ended with a plethora of dates being said, and then this album picks up with those dates being said, and now you're hearing the stories behind those dates. So these are real stories that happened. They're real dates. Like, some of these things you can Google because they actually happened. So it was definitely one of those things. I always wanted to make a full-blown cohesive album that people could listen to from front to back. That was always one of my things on the bucket list, but I will say it was way more work than I thought it was going to be. Like, halfway through, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this no more.
What, making an album?
Making, like, it to connect all the way through. That is a lot more work, especially in today's time, where everybody just kind of like has the playlist albums. Like,
lost art. I mean, people don't do it no more, like with the skits and everything, It's a very lost art.
Yeah, and so it takes a lot of, if you want to do it right, it takes a lot of coordination, it takes a lot of time, and making sure that you don't miss any gaps or details, or making sure the aesthetic of it, like we brought in the Foley guy to do all the sound effects and stuff like that, and it just takes a lot more work than I thought I was kind of getting myself into.
Well, if you had guidance from other TDE people, because if you wasn't alienating everybody.
Is this where you gonna go?
Is that what it is?
Talk to people that have done this before. Okay, this is the camp that does it a lot. Kendrick does it a lot, even though he's not there.
Yeah.
So people would ask, what's your relationship with TDE? Is there a problem? Is Charlamagne saying you don't accept the guidance? What's the situation like?
Don't accept the guidance is crazy. I'm always willing to accept guidance. But nah, it's that entire situation. Like, that was a conversation that me and Moo have had behind closed doors a lot. It was just one of those things that it probably shouldn't have been. Well, not probably. It definitely just shouldn't have been out in the public. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of misconceptions about that. Like, because it happened, there's a misconception that Musa didn't think this album was quality. Musa loves this album. Like, he helped me pick some of the records. You get what I'm saying? And so it was just one of those things that got so nasty and so ugly publicly that now everything is a thing. Like, everything is a headline. The release party became a headline.
That's your fault, though.
That was my fault. I'll take accountability.
You came to my release party.
Yeah, I was asked, was this a weird week that you had to be around people? I'm like, I didn't really have to be around nobody because I had a release party. They didn't come, but I did explain, but that's not in the clip. We had a listening party the week before that the label put together, and in my release party, I put it together like for the homies and family, and because everything was happening, they just gave me space on it. So it was one of those things where I was like, I shouldn't have said that. You get what I'm saying?
The Cole Kendrick thing was wild too. There was no point.
Wasn't wild.
There was no reason for that reason.
Well, for people that don't know what we said.
He said that when Cole drops his next project, he's going to surpass Kendrick.
I didn't say that. That's what I'm saying. No, I said when Cole drops his next project, he will be bigger. Not bigger than Kendrick. He'll be a lot bigger. I said he's doing a lot more current things. I think he'll see the fruits of his labor. I said I think Dot is bigger right now, but I think Cole's going to grow a lot. I don't know who's going to be bigger, and I really don't care. Like, both of these are like gods to me. Like, I don't really get into the argument of who's the biggest out of Drake, Cole, and Dot. Like,
how big can he get? Pause.
I mean, it's supposed to be his last. It's supposed to be his last album. I think that he's gonna go out like with a bang. If it is his last album, we know how that go.
It won't be.
But I don't know. If there's anybody I think that'll stand on their word, I think it's Cole.
Where did the bigger than Kendrick thing come from?
Because It's one headline.
That's crazy. You know what? All I saw was the headline.
Yeah, is that
You talk about everybody only being the headlines and you only read the headlines.
You know why though?
Yeah.
Because Reason been out here saying about TV shooting TD so much. I was like, damn, Reason again?
I ain't even been shooting at them like that, man. Like I said my truth. My truth for me was that I wanted to be more consistent. I wanted to put out more music. That was what I was
Again,
expressing.
that's your fault. Consistency is on you.
That's what I'm saying is that's not my truth. And I don't want to, because when I go into detail, it's like it looks like I'm like smearing the label. I don't want to do that, but that's not my truth. I don't think it's my fault.
They don't want you to drop mixtapes or nothing?
It's TDE. It's just the way that they do things. Like it's not as simple as just make a project, put it together, turn it in, and it's out. Trust me. Like I make a lot of music. Like I just backed up my hard drive. I had 1,300 records. Like I'm not an artist that don't work. Like that's not a thing.
So they don't even want you to drop your own music. Let's say, hey, I just want to release this mixtape or whatever it is. So you can't even drop. They're telling you they don't even want you to do that. That's what you're saying.
It's just same destination, different roads. Like that's where we run into our issues. It's like we all have the same destination that we want to get to. We just see different paths of getting there, and that can cause frustration. You know what I mean? I see a path like we can do this and do it this way. Sometimes they see it that way, and it ultimately, you know what I mean, can kind of clash at times.
What if you drop music under like another name, like Explanation? Instead of
this guy's stupid.
So silly.
What's wrong with him, man? But you do feel like y'all have the common goal of winning, though.
I think
it's just finding the right
That's
lane.
what I meant when I said it was a lot of misconceptions. Like it was like because that got so nasty publicly, it was almost like the conception was that like I feel like they don't want me to be successful and that they feel like I'm not a good artist, which that's not it. But that was just bad because it was public. We've had way worse than that. You get what I'm saying? And I think if I would have responded on the spot and went back at him, I think it would have been like one of the conversations we've had behind closed doors. And that was part of the reason why I just shut up, even though it was hard, because I didn't want it to get any worse than it already was.
I feel like it overshadowed the album slightly.
Slightly.
You know what I mean? 'Cause everybody's talking about Reason's issues with TDE as opposed to the music. So.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's like a double-edged sword. Like it gave more eyes to the album. Like if didn't nobody know I was dropping an album that Friday, they knew after that. But it also, like you said, it created a different conversation instead of having a conversation about the music. But the people that have listened to it, like my feedback has been incredible. Like it's especially from all of my fans that's been waiting for me. They're like, this is by far your best work. Well worth the wait. You know, that just goes into like all the work that I put in. But that was an annoying thing. It's like now this is what we're talking about instead of, the visuals, instead of the storyline, instead of us, announcing the tour. We're kind of waiting, for it to die down a little bit. Like I would have rather just kind of like go straight through with the music.
All right, when we come back, we got more with Reason. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club on this Friday, reminding you of my car show. My 2-day car show is this weekend at the Meadowlands Expo Center in Jersey, like 15 minutes from Manhattan. It's a family fun day, cars, rides, and everything. We're still kicking in with Reason. He's here from TDE. His album is out right now. But what made you sign with TDE? Because, a lot of artists sign to TDE because they say, they got artists I can work with, I can collaborate with. They have producers that I can work with. They have a stream for me to get heard and out. What was your reason of signing with TDE, and what did you expect?
Yeah, a little, all of those things, but basically it was the Lakers. I'm from LA, and that's the Lakers for us. You know what I mean? And so when I signed, I did want to come in and work with Kendrick and Q and have this super cohesive family relationship, the same that I grew up on watching. And I think that's not their fault. That was just me being like naive. It's like signing to the Lakers. You're like, oh, I'm about to go work out with Kobe and this and then you realize like Kobe don't work out with that just signed to the team. Like you don't even know if you're gonna still, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so it was kind of like that was my expectation. Like, oh, I'm gonna get in with Soundwave, and I'm you know what I mean? Like, and it was really like, no, you're still signing to a label, and like now the work begins. And I even talk about that on the album on Gang, how like I thought that this was what it was gonna be. That's what that record is about. Is me taking the accountability. Like I thought that this was what the situation was going to be. Now that I'm here, I realize it's not. But it's love from, like, I have a great relationship with majority of the artists. It's weird. We live in a time now where when you tell the truth, it sounds like you're like speaking down on some shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't have a relationship with SZA. Everybody took that as like, that was like a bad thing. I'm like, well, do the artists at Atlantic have relationships with Cardi B? Every artist at Atlantic don't got a relationship with Cardi B.
It's because of the perception that the general public has of labels.
Yeah,
I think labels are family.
No, of small labels.
Smaller labels.
Like TDE, they say with Bad Boy. I'm sure they seen it with Rockefeller.
Exactly.
I'm sure they seen it with Death Row. So it's small labels. I know you broke down some of those lyrics because you was telling me some of those lyrics.
Let's hear some of
He just said it. But okay, a few things. Do you feel like the issue between or the differences between you and TDE is just patience on your behalf? Like you just got to be patient?
I think it's a little bit of both. I would say it's partly patience, but then as well, like my last album was 3 years ago. I don't necessarily think that that's all patience. Like I don't know an up and coming artist that can consistently move with 3-year gaps consistently within their music. Like if this was how it was gonna go for the next 10 years, it's like, so yeah, it's patience because I do gotta wait for things to get right, but it's also like we also do kind of gotta, catch up with like what the times are now, which is it has to be a little bit faster.
Can't remember what song it was, but there's a song on the album where you're talking about how your family thinks you got so much money and you done changed.
Yeah.
Gang?
That's gang shit. That's the first verse. So the first verse is about, I thought that it was family. I thought it was supposed to be gang shit. And look at how y'all act now that I'm in this situation. You think I got all this money. You think I have all this fame and stuff like that. But like, that's not really how my life is. And look at how you're acting now. And the climax of the verse is like my family member yelling at me, calling me Reason. And I'm like, I thought you knew me as Rob. My entire life you called me Rob. Like, why are you now calling me Reason? That came from a real place. Like, I got family members that call me Reason. It's weird. Like, I've known you since I was 2.
And they probably think you got way more than what you got.
Way more than what I got, way busier than what I got. They say things like, oh, I was going to text you, but I thought that, I figured you would be busy. Like, why do you just assume I'm too busy to text you now because I'm quote unquote Reason? Like, that's, crazy to me. So, yeah.
That's sad. But I do want to start with just the intro of the projects. We're talking about porches, but in it, you talk about how you guys all are connected through the porches, but also they feel kind of like entitled to what you got going on, good or bad.
Yeah.
How do you break that?
It's less of like entitled. It's more about this is kind of what comes with it. And the reason why I wanted to highlight that in the intro is because on every single hip hop album, we always hear people talk about the negative stuff that went on in their neighborhood. It's always, I'm from the hood, die, chalk out lines, blah, 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 blah. But for me, I wanted to highlight that there's great things that come with that too. There's persistence. You know what I mean? There's my sister taught me to be brave and take leaps on things that I want in life. You get what I'm saying? Like my mom taught me rationality. My pops hustled. He taught me how to hustle. Like there's great things that come from being with those places, and all of those things kind of come into it instead of us just only highlighting like the negative stuff.
On Broken Winter Break, you say, I was born in this machine, some is still in it. How did you find your way out?
Honestly, I went to school in Iowa, which is crazy to say. I played basketball, and I was out there with all the white people in Iowa, and that was like a culture shock. I had never been, coming from where I was from, I didn't have a white relationship in my life until I went out there. I know that sounds crazy. I didn't have a white, I'm being dead ass here. Before I went to college, I didn't have a white relationship in my life. There was nobody that I talked to in any type of consistent format that was white. And then I went to Iowa, and there were 3 black people in my school, including me. You know what I mean? And so that just gave me a different perspective of how life is, and understanding that everything isn't so vain and in this box and whatnot. You know what I mean? And so it made me grow up a lot. And then when I came back, I was just like, nah, I want to do more because I've seen a little bit of the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, just put a different perspective in me.
Is Broken Winter Break based off a true story? Like the story you tell, like you came home?
It's about my homeboy, but I didn't want to put his name in there. But my homeboy came back off of a winter break. You could tell that he was a little bit different of a person. Ended up getting robbed, and it's about the mindset of, you come back home, you get robbed. He not really tripping because he's just like, I don't really care about this shit, but he's feeling pressured as a man from his neighborhood that we got to go get it back. And so he has to put on this front like, yo, I'm with whatever. But really in his mind, he's like, I don't want to do like this shit. It's stupid. I don't want to do it. But then ultimately at the end, the story is really about his little brother that's sitting there on the porch watching all this, because his little brother is seeing it. And this is what his little brother grows up to be. And then later on the album, you have Bussin' / it says WB Part 2, but that's Winter Break Part 2. And so Bussin' is the little boy when he's older. You get what I'm saying? And so now he's on a whole different mindset because this is all that he saw.
Now talk to me about Caucasian estates, because you said you hated white people. You didn't start liking them.
See, like, headlines been going crazy. I do not hate. I don't hate white people.
Do not like white people. So Caucasian estates is like, what is that? Mansions? Or?
So it starts with me describing the porch, and then the next record is Caucasian Estates. And there's a date set in there, which is July 2017. That's when I met Musa. And basically the mindset is, as soon as get a little bit of money, that's the first thing we want to do is get a better car and go live in a white neighborhood. So it's Caucasian Estates. We want to go live in and so it's a braggy, cocky song, because that's how I felt when I met Musa and I was about to sign with TD. I'm like, I'm gonna have all the money, all the women, about to go get me a crib out here. I'm about to drive, and that's how your mind automatically is. So yeah, that's Caucasian Estates.
I know we're talking about you putting together a cohesive project and having skits, and I love that, but I gotta say I do hate some of your skits because I just don't like the way you painted the women, saying like there's always a new who could take care of us and all that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
that's
always the case.
It's not always the case. That's just like the truth of what I grew up around. Like that was like not like my sister and my close friends, but like that's kind of like the women when I grew up. Like the women's attitude was like, you know, what one man won't do for you, another man will. And that was kind of like the way that they carried themselves. But there's also a woman in the group that she's the one that's like, she wants to stay with her dude. Yeah, she got hope. You get what I'm saying? And that was about my homegirl. I had a homegirl that she was just a hopeless romantic. She always, no matter how much her friends was like that, she was like, I do have hope that I'll find a man that, you know what I mean, can actually be that man. So for me, that was like, it was my truth. It was what I saw.
How do you feel when the women you use for skits ask you for scissor tickets and you can't get in?
Yo, shut up, man.
I can get scissor tickets, man.
I don't know.
I just, I might not be able to, go on stage. No, I'm joking. I'm joking before they take that out of context. But yes, I can get scissor tickets.
Okay.
Her show was incredible, actually.
You are such a troll. My goodness.
I thought you were asking you to get Kendrick tickets next. I thought that was coming asking a question. All right, we got more with Reason when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Reminding you, one day left to my car show. My car show is this weekend. Cars, rides, games, family fun. Kids 5 and under are free. Can't wait to see you this weekend. But we got a special guest in the building. You know him from TDE. Reason is here. Charlamagne?
Why'd you call Gina August Alsina in parentheses?
It's a fun record. I say on Cougars like August Alsina. I just like the line. So I just called it, I called it August Alsina. That's probably like my favorite story that's broken in like the last 10 years. I love the entire Will Smith August. I want a documentary on that. That entire situation is just like the most fascinating thing to me. Like because it's just like Will Smith is like the guy. Like he's Fresh Prince. Like he's like, and so I look at things in different perspectives. Like everybody else saw it as like, damn, I can't believe he slapped him. I'm like, there's a story there. Like he ain't just slap him because of that night. Like there's something there that's like
trauma.
There's a lot of you know what I mean. And his wife being on the show and talking about everything and the pot. Like they should do a documentary on that. Like that's a very, very interesting story. And I feel like people just focus on the climaxes of the story, but I'm like, it's a lot to unfold there. Like that's literally my favorite story.
If they're all healed, if that family's healed,
if the family's healed, if the family's healed.
I don't think that story becomes a story without that red table talk with Will and Jay.
I agree.
I don't think that story is nowhere near as big.
But even that is, there's something to unpack there. It's like, why is that conversation happening on Red Table Talk? There's something behind. There's something there that's allowing that to get out. You get what I'm saying? To be a thing.
You don't like to see like things that should be private public.
Yeah. Similar to the I got where you were going. Yeah.
I love Too Much too, the Melly Mel.
Yeah.
Who was Melly Mel to you?
That's the homie. We used to call him Melly Mel. I don't want to put his whole government out there, but I went to high school with him, and he went to a party. He was like top 10 running back in the nation. Went to a party, got into a fight. A guy got killed, and he knew the person that did it, but he got arrested for it, and so he sat in jail for a year, and his entire life changed. Lost all of his scholarships, like major setback, but he felt like he couldn't. Of course, where we from, you can't tell who did it, so you just got to kind of sit until the whole thing plays out. And even that story, that's one thing I like about all the stories on the album, is that there's two stories in it. It's what happened to Melvin, but then it's also about black men and how we handle our issues, because the other story behind it is when I called him and he was in jail and I asked him how he was doing, he just said he was fine. And it's like, that's another thing. It's like, we don't talk about the shit that we're going through. So it's a two-folded conversation in that. And I remember thinking, like, there's no way he could be like this whole life is completely gone. Like, he was headed to the NFL and now he don't know where he's going. You know what I mean? And so, but he was just always like, no, I'm cool. Like, it is what it is. And I could just tell that it affected him.
And the other thing with that song is like, there's no reward for real.
Yeah, there's no like pot of gold at the end of that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
you snitch. You sat in jail for a year, came home to what?
Yeah, like you said, it's no reward for that at the end of the day.
But honestly, if he was to really open up and tell you how he really feels, do you think like you'd be able to handle it?
I would, but I do understand what you're saying. But I think it's less about that. I think it's more about like black men just aren't taught that like we're taught from a young age, like life ain't fair, get over it. Don't complain, don't cry, suck it up. Yeah, we're taught that from a young age. So I think it's less about the person receiving it. I think it's more about the fear of like, I look weak if I talk about it. Like, I look like less of a man. I look like I'm complaining. Like, I say this all the time to my homegirls. I'm like, girls' night is the healthiest in the world. Y'all just gather up, drink wine, and just complain, which is like getting things off your chest. You're unpacking, you're unloading, and then you'll have fun, and then you leave there feeling lighter. Like guys don't have that. We get together like I had a homie that I went to watch a game with. We were in the bar for like 3 hours watching the game, and we talked about sports for 3 hours. I leave the bar. I figure out that like his girl about to damn near put him. He about to damn near lose his family. We ain't talking about that for the whole 3 hours. We just talking about LeBron and how LeBron is the greatest person in the NBA. And it's like we don't unpack those things because we're taught that you can't talk to another man about it. If you talk to your girl about it, you look weak. So it's like, where do you go with it? You just kind of turn to different vices. And I've been there.
Charlamagne doesn't feel that way, by the way. He thinks it's Steph Curry. You said LeBron. What's your thoughts?
What do you mean?
I think Steph is top 5 of all time. I think these guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got
him at 3.
Yeah. I got him at 4.
I got Jordan, Kobe, Steph, Bron, and Magic.
You got him before Bron?
Yes.
You're crazy. I got Kobe at 1, Jordan at 2, Bron at 3, Steph at 4, and I got Shaq at 5. But clearly I'm biased because that's a lot of Lakers.
And history is going to show that LeBron and Steph met up in NBA Finals.
Yep.
What, 4 times?
Yeah, 4 times. Yeah.
And Steph won. He's 3-1 against Bron in NBA Finals. That matters.
It does matter, but at the same time, he had KD. Like,
so what? He didn't always have KD.
The championship thing is weird though. It's not all about championships. It's about a lot of other stuff too. It's about all the accolades. I feel like LeBron is the most accomplished basketball player of all time. I feel like that does matter.
When you say accomplished, what do you mean accomplished?
Like all of the accolades, all of the accomplishments that he's done, the score, like where he is at in the scoring list, assists, rebounds, like
that's stats though. When I think accomplishments, I mean
even
he's got a lot of those.
Even the All NBA teams, All Stars, MVP, like he's like accomplished. Like he's the most. How many final appearances?
Michael Jordan got 6 Finals MVPs, bro. He's 6.
That's fine, but he don't have as many accomplishments as like that. That has to do with a team. I'm talking about all of your accomplishments. That has to do with you as an individual.
Michael Jordan's stat sheet is crazy.
You think Michael Jordan's stats are better than LeBron James?
Maybe not stat, but accolades. When you put all the accolades,
my bad. Yeah, my fault. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get back to the music.
I don't want to put your album up. Listen, hold on. Let's go back to something you were talking about.
Yeah.
Therapy. That's why I'm so big on therapy, right?
Yeah.
Because people that go to therapy have no problem having those conversations. Like when you talk about these women having girl nights out, it's because a lot of them already go to therapy. They're already seeking healing, so it's easy for them to have these conversations amongst each other.
Yeah.
I notice with my guys that people around me that are already in therapy and seeking some healing, we have no problem having those conversations.
For sure, I agree. But I think women are doing that before they even get into therapy. I think women are naturally just better at talking about their feelings, and it's because of how we're brought up. Like I remember as a kid, like going through stuff, and my dad being like suck it up, stop crying. Like, and that's not a knock at him. He just doing what he was taught. You know what I mean? But I vividly remember being balled up with rage and not knowing how to express it. And my dad's thing was like, stop crying. Like,
but also you also feel like you don't want to look weak.
Yeah, and that was his thing. He was like, you're going to look weak if you crying. Like, stop crying. Like, suck it up. Like, I'm like, but that ain't fair. He like, life ain't fair. Like, get over. You know how many things ain't fair for me? Like, that's how I was brought up. You
if
know
I come up here and cry, Charlamagne gonna call me a beige bitch.
Yeah, exactly. He gonna talk about you being light skinned.
That is not true.
My dad
I've seen it.
That is not true.
He said I seen it.
That was back in the day, though. But he do be crying over some bullshit.
See?
Some stuff don't ain't nothing to cry over. You know.
See?
I'm just saying. Yeah, we got to be able to express ourselves a little bit better.
I was reading some comments online, Twitter, YouTube, and they're saying that your album is one of their favorite albums of the year, right next to
Killer Mike, yeah, which is a crazy compliment because I love Killer Mike's album. But I felt that way, and I felt that way before it was dropped, and not because it's my album, but I also felt that way because it's been a light year for rap. Like it just hasn't been that great. I do think the second half of the year is about to be stacked. I know Drake's dropping, but I felt like when I'm listening to all the albums and they're coming out, I'm like, oh nah, I'm gonna have like probably like one of the better albums in rap this year. You know what I mean? But for people to put it next to Killer Mike's, like that's a huge compliment because that was my favorite album this year. Like when that dropped, I was like, nah, like this is
that's the GOAT.
That was like that was the one. So yeah, that's been like the craziest compliment for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I actually just want to say this. Michael Jordan has 6 championships.
Oh my God.
No, listen to me. Michael Jordan has 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, like I told you, 5 regular season MVPs, 1 defensive player of the year, 10 scoring titles, 1 rookie of the year, 1 Hall of Fame. LeBron has 4 championships, 4 MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, 1 scoring title, 1 rookie of the year.
MJ played against bums.
All right, stop it now. See, I want to play these Did he say bums?
MJ played against bums.
You forget who he played against?
He played against bums. You can't name 5 high-level wings that he played against. People talk about Reggie Miller. Reggie Reggie Miller's a bum compared to Klay Thompson. Like Klay Thompson's better than Reggie Miller. It's just a different level of.
Reggie Miller was a beast.
We need to wash him off out with soap, young man.
It's not. I'm trying to
doing this,
bro. It wasn't.
Why are you doing
back then it was bigs. It wasn't wings. Now it's wings. Like Bron and them have played against just better. They played against better talent. That's my whole thing. So
I want Reason to leave now. Reason, we appreciate you for joining us, brother. We're gonna play gang right now.
Yeah, let's play gang.
The Breakfast Club is Reason. Shout to Taylor.
Salute to Taylor. Salute to Reason.
Pants.
I rock with Taylor.
What you mean in them striped pants? Hey, now. Knock it off.
Right. You don't know who you got in.
What the hell?
Oh, y'all didn't do y'all research on this guy?
Don't be getting on my knees like that. Hey.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah,
we are the
Cam.
Breakfast Club. All right, we got JoJo and Big Homie. They're our guest co-host this morning.
Yeah.
And it's time to get to the rumors. Let's go.
Let's go. You created a platform where your opinion doesn't matter.
I'm not controversial. I just say what the I want to say.
Then when that mic come on, he be saying something totally different. I be calling your ass on.
Radio different.
This is the Rumor Report.
JoJo and the Big Homie.
What's up?
You got a buddy going the game.
On the Breakfast Club.
We in the NY. All right, so Fat Joe denied Drake's request to be on All the Way Up. All right, so
What?
yeah, so Fat Joe recently appeared on an episode of the Rap Radar podcast. During the interview, he spoke on Drake practically begging to be featured on All the Way Up and why he decided not to let him do the verse. We have audio for that.
Drake FaceTimed me 3 times trying to get on All the Way Up. Middle of the night. Send me the instrumental. Send me the instrumental. I wish I would have got Drake on there. But the fact of all the history of me and Jay-Z, I was like, it gotta be just me and Jay-Z. And this is the last time Drake ever asked me to do a song. But nah, man.
Like Drake got forgiven, beat out.
Nah, Drake gotta forgive me, huh? I'm like, damn, man, please throw me a frisbee. But yeah, it's true. All the Way Up was that big that we had the best. 50 Cent was everybody you could name who's a monster was hitting us up like, yo, send the Pro Tools.
That wouldn't have stepped on the J moment, though. I mean, Drake,
Well, the J moment
Remy,
didn't happen,
Joe.
right? The J moment.
Jay was on
Jay
All the Way
was
Up.
on the
What you talking
remix.
about?
Jay was on the remix.
Yeah.
What was the record? Because
All the Way Up.
It was Drake. I mean,
Drake,
Remy Ma.
Remy Ma
Y'all
and Jay-Z.
confusing me.
Yes. Remy
Ma
Ma
and
and
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
All the Way Up.
okay, it was All the
And
Way
what,
Up. No, because
was
it was
French
another record.
Montana,
Yeah, French Montana was on the hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was another record that Fat Joe had Jay on, and then remember he sent me the record, and then they pulled it back. Jay didn't want to use that verse, and that's what I thought it was. Remember, I played you the record.
I don't think you're supposed to be saying that.
Wow.
Big mouth. Big beige mouth. Pause. I don't think you're supposed to
there
be
you
saying
go.
that.
That's very
I
descriptive.
don't even know. The thing is though, it kind of reminds me of like I mean, you snooze, you lose.
Snooze.
Is that what they say?
But that was a bold thing for Fat Joe to do because 2016 Drake was different. Well, I mean, Drake be different every year, but 2016 Drake was at his
Yeah,
peak.
but it was Fat Joe and Jay, and they've had known beef and known problems. And
Yeah.
I think that was the first record that they were going to be on together. So he wanted that Jay look. And
It was
then
just
Which
the
makes
better
sense.
fit.
it was a better look,
Yeah.
I guess, at that time.
Okay. Well, Polo.
That was from the Rap Radar podcast, too. We said that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rap Radar podcast.
See Elliot?
But
Elliot, I just want to say, Elliot be acting like we don't be playing his clips. He thinks he's the only person that be supporting folks out here because he reposts on Instagram like every other blog page does.
Yeah.
So, just wanna say-
Reiterating.
You could've just said-
just want to reiterate.
you could have just said it's from the Rap Radar podcast.
No, I need to let him. He needs to know.
He
needs to know. We've had this conversation off air, so I just want to say.
But when they go
this is
low,
personal.
I go to the floor with him. I break dance.
All right.
Okay, I know that's right. That's like this one right here. But Polo G has been arrested. So Polo G's brother, Trench Baby, invited an unidentified man to the house to film a music video. But when he got there, Trench Baby pulled a gun out on him and robbed him. Despite the fact that they previously worked together, Trench Baby was charged with armed robbery, and Polo G was charged for illegal possession of a firearm.
So you get. So you're the brother and you're the one robbing people. Like you're robbing a videographer. Tough guy card.
well, see, we got to know.
Yeah,
You got to say
you don't know
allegedly.
if
You got to
that's
say
true.
allegedly,
Yeah,
and we
that
got to
don't sound
see
right.
what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have been maybe the
That
guy
don't
took
sound right.
footage. Yeah, they got it. So I'm sure it's a misunderstanding, but they might have took some. He might have took some footage
That's
that
right.
wasn't proper, and they said he stole it. But got to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, because we don't know what happened.
Because if somebody comes to your house, shoots a music video, let's just say you don't want your house in the music video,
And I take that
so
footage.
you take the footage, that can be considered
robbery.
If the person goes and reports, hey, this guy just took X, Y, and Z from me.
Wow.
I don't know if that's what happened. I'm just saying that's I don't believe that story is what I'm saying.
Well, Polo G was released on bond, and then he was arrested again for an alleged kidnapping. Then released again.
I don't believe any of this.
That is a lot. He's going through a lot right now.
Well,
that Mercury retrograde.
Who did he allegedly kidnap?
They don't say who he allegedly
The Mercury
kidnapped.
retrograde is killing Polo G
Probably
right
the
now.
person who ain't no
Got the footage taken. I don't know.
Believe any of this.
Polo G got it. Like they got it. They're successful. I can't see them robbing anybody or taking anything. So that's why we say allegedly.
Robbing and kidnapping, absolutely not. I don't
We'll say allegedly. Angel Reese, she has decided to take online classes. For those who may not know who she is, if you don't, you're under a rock. But LSU basketball superstar Angel Reese, she did an interview with Teen Vogue about her sudden rise to fame, and she decided to take online classes because she's getting too much fame on campus. She just thinks it's more peaceful if she just stays off campus.
Off campus?
Yeah, she actually said, this is her actual quote. She said, I didn't think I was going to be on the Shade Room every time I post something. I don't feel like I'm a celebrity, but I think a lot of people look at me as a celebrity now because of the impact that I've had on not just women's basketball, but sports in general and black women. Things have changed for me.
Okay.
That's interesting. I wonder what's changed, so much because, she is famous now, but it's not like LSU hasn't had super famous people. Shaquille O'Neal went to LSU. Joe Burrow went to LSU.
Angel Reese is the most famous women's basketball player on the planet.
Social
right now.
media is also different, like way different now. I don't even think it existed when Shaq was back then. Like,
Joe Burrow was just there a couple of years ago. Joe Burrow won a Heisman Trophy. Like he won the national championship as a senior. He was the number one pick.
He might have liked that attention though.
That's true too.
Yeah, but she's in magazines and she's in music videos.
She's the biggest women's basketball player on the planet, and still in college.
But like you said, they might have liked that attention. She might not like that attention. She might just want to go and do her job, do her class, and get out. And maybe people are coming asking for pictures and selfies, and she's like, you know what?
Exactly.
Let me just concentrate on me.
Everybody
justified.
Everybody thinking about their own social media platforms.
Exactly.
So they probably don't even look at her like a person. They just look at her as content.
Oh, exactly.
She's a prop.
Yeah, and ain't nobody trying to do that, especially if you in school. You trying to learn.
She can't get caught doing nothing, digging in her nose, pulling a wedgie out. Somebody get that on video, it's gonna make a blog.
Yeah, anybody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. Also, Glorilla, she got some attention online for a sexual post.
Oh God.
So Glorilla took the attention off of her toxic 20s conversation and brought all the heat on herself when she posted a personal picture of her Instagram. In a slide of 5 pictures yesterday, the last picture she posted is a video of her seemingly receiving oral sex on a balcony. So
Glorilla?
Yeah. Some comments called her tasteless, and others supported her, saying that the pic is a vibe. So the pic is like her. She got her legs up, and then she got like a dude, I guess, in between her legs. We don't know if they're really actually doing it or if she's just taking a picture.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, so it's just a little post.
I didn't see the picture, but I know nowadays if you identify as a vibe, you can get away with anything.
Yeah, call it a vibe. That's right. That's the vibe tribe.
It's just a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. If you identify as a vibe though, or identify it as a vibe, you can get away with it. Whatever it is.
You want to answer the phone? Is that your mom's?
Who is that? Oh, that's
It's time to get up. It's time to go to the gym.
That was?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the gym.
Oh, yeah, because y'all do nights in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you get up in the morning to go to the gym?
Yeah, always.
Can't you tell?
No.
Exactly.
No, I was gonna say, how long you been in the gym? Did you just start the gym?
No, I go to the gym. I go to the gym, but I also eat crazy. So I really just go to the gym to work off what I ate.
You know what?
It's a never ending cycle.
You go to the gym to eat?
I don't know if that cycle started. I think the cycle needs to start.
All right. That is your room report. Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour. Speaking to somebody who may need to go to the gym.
Jesus.
Donald J. Trump should come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
Well, he's only 6'3", 215 pounds,
he identifies as a vibe. We're going to talk about it.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
The darkest evil in the Conjuring universe returns in The Nun 2. The sequel to the worldwide phenomenon, The Nun, follows Sister Irene as she comes face to face with the demonic force Valak, the demon nun. The Nun 2, now playing only in theaters, rated R.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
please step up to the congregation.
Yes, you are adult.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
He's a jackass.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Friday, August 25th goes to the former celebrity-in-chief, Donald J. Trump. Ask not why Donald J. Trump is getting the biggest hee-haw today. Ask what did he do to get the biggest hee-haw today. See, we are gathered here today at Hee-Haw Missionary Baptist to give Donald J. Trump the credit he deserves for being insecure. Let me tell you something, man. A few years ago, there was a great article in The Atlantic written by Tom Nichols. Drop on the clues bomb for Tom Nichols. Don't know him, but I love that article. It's called Donald Trump, the Most Unmanly President. Damn. Tom asked a lot of great questions in this article, but the most important one to me is, why don't the president's supporters hold him to their own standard of masculinity? On this Friday, August 25th, I need to know because yesterday Donald Trump got booked in Fulton County Jail. He was made to go through the whole process of booking in jail, including a mugshot. Sidebar, Alvin Bragg, Jack Smith, whoever was behind Trump's previous 3 indictments, shame on you for not making Trump take a mugshot. All this time, Trump could have been taking mugshots. He actually should have 4 already. All right, I think 4 indictments, a mugshot for each indictment, 91 criminal charges, and this is his first mugshot simply because y'all didn't make him take one. This is why historically folks have repeated this quote: if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Dropping the clues bombs for Fannie Mae Willis. Okay? Mugshots ain't dead. Y'all dudes was just scared. Now, back to Trump's insecurities. When Donald Trump was booked yesterday in Fulton County Jail, his jail records came out, and it had all his charges on there. It had his booking number, his inmate number, PO 1135809, if you're wondering, and it had his height and weight. It had his hair is blonde or strawberry. I don't even know what the hell strawberry colored hair means. I guess red, but to me his hair color is more kiwi fruit than strawberry. But forget the hair. Let's get to his height and weight. Donald Trump said on his jail record that he was 6'3", 215 pounds. Clearly, they asked him his height and weight, or asked his age, his height and weight, because scales, hips, and big backs don't lie. But Trump does. And this is what I don't understand, and this is what Tom Nichols from The Atlantic was asking. How come Trump supporters don't hold Trump to the same standards of masculinity that they hold others to? We all know Trump is a liar. Okay, I thought masculine men, alpha males, look down upon liars because y'all keep it real. Okay, and I wonder how y'all would react to someone you don't consider manly lying about their devil damn weight. You know how slim and fit Trump would be if he was 6'3", 215 pounds? I know people are making jokes, but mugshots are important because if somebody goes on the run, they need a description. Okay, 6'3", 215 pounds, strawberry blonde hair, none of that describes Trump. All right, if he wasn't one of the most famous people in the world and was just some dude who decided to go on the run after committing all these crimes, you wouldn't recognize him based off this description. But this is an example of him not being a man's man, which is why I don't understand why Trump supporters who claim to be the men of all men support someone who will lie so blatantly, especially about something like his weight. This is IG model behavior. Okay, Trump put the skinny filter from TikTok on his jail records, and y'all acting like you don't see it. Donald Trump might be 6'3", but he is not 215 pounds. Donald Trump is easily 6'3" and weighs about Chris Christie. Okay, maybe not Chris Christie, but he definitely weighs about Peter Griffin. And I don't understand why all these so-called alpha males hold him up as the standard for what men should be, because as the writer Windsor Man has noted, Trump behaves in ways that many working class men would ridicule. He wears bronzer, loves gold and gossip, is obsessed with his physical appearance, whines constantly, can't control his emotions, watches daytime TV, enjoys parades and interior decorating, and used to sell perfume. And now we know that he isn't just obsessed with his physical appearance, he lies about his weight. Imagine being so privileged that you are facing all these charges, and the thing that's on your mind is your weight, and lying about it when you get there. Donald Trump said he is 6'3", 215 pounds. Let me tell you something, man. Do you know who is 6'3", 215 pounds?
Me?
No, you're not. Lamar Jackson. All-pro starting quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, who back in May signed a 5-year, $260 million deal, is 6'2", 215 pounds exactly. Does Donald Trump look like Lamar Jackson to you? Huh?
No.
Absolutely not.
Imagine Donald Trump wasn't Donald Trump and he was just some dude you met online, built the way he is, telling you he's built like Lamar Jackson, and then he pulled up to your house talking about what's up. Huh?
Not a damn thing.
That's right. Okay? It was a little late, but you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
All right? Real recognizes real, and insecurity recognizes insecurity. All you fake alpha males love Trump because he, too, is a fake alpha male. No matter how much he acts like an insecure little child, you all will support him because you see yourself in him. And Thomas Nichols put it best in this Atlantic article. He said Trump will continue to act like a little boy, and his base, the voters who will stay with him to the end, will excuse him. When a grown man brags about being brave, it is unmanly and distasteful. When a little boy pulls out a cardboard sword and ties the towel around his neck like a cape, it's endearing. When a rich and powerful old man whines about how unfairly he is being treated, we scowl and judge. When a little boy, snuffles in his tears and says that he was bullied, treated worse than Abraham Lincoln even, we comfort. And you know why? Because America is sympathetic towards fat people. Which is why I don't know why he's lying about his weight. I think it's a tactic. I think he did that on purpose because he knows that folks will fat shame him and call him insecure. Then his supporters will defend him and call us hypocrites for fat shaming because y'all out here fake canceling Lizzo for allegedly fat shaming, which makes no sense because Lizzo big too. So for any of y'all who are upset with me right now for fat shaming Donald Trump this morning, I want you to know that I identify as obese. I am 5'6", 275 pounds, and don't you dare call me a liar if you're not willing to call Trump one. Please let Remy Ma give Donald Trump the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, are you dumb?
Don't you dare. Don't you look at me like that.
What's wrong with fat people?
Nothing. I am one.
You're not one of us.
I am 5'6", 275 pounds. How dare you?
Don't claim my culture.
You don't know what I identify as.
You're appropriating fat culture.
I identify as a fat person.
You're appropriating fat culture, Charlamagne. You're not big homie Charlamagne.
Identify as a fat person.
JoJo. Big homie, a guest host. And JoJo, what is a snuffle? He said, what the hell is a snuffle?
Who knows? What is that?
Did you just make up a snuffle?
Sniffle?
Sniffle.
No, it's snuffle. That's why they used to call snuffle
No, it was a snuffleupagus.
Yes.
Bro, I just looked up snuffles. It says snuffles is a bacterial infection in rabbits. What the hell is a snuffle? Where you getting snuffle from? I was like, I've never heard snuffle.
You never heard of snuffleupagus?
Yes, I heard of snuffleupagus, but not a snuffle.
Hold on. The head of the Fat Lives Matter committee is. I saw him jiggling in my peripheral.
Why is fat people getting all this slander this morning?
He said my obese application was denied. I'm sorry, maybe next year. No,
exactly. Stop appropriating our culture.
Identify as fat, big homie.
I'm a part of what's it called? The committee?
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah,
what's the name of the committee?
What committee?
The fat. What? Let me.
You gonna say the fat people committee?
Yeah.
You a BBW? That what you saying?
Oh, BBW community.
I love BBWs.
Okay. No.
I love them.
What? Bright beige women?
Big beautiful women.
Is that what BBW stand for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love BBW.
And I'm sorry, you're right. Snuffle's a common term for a runny nose.
Bruh. Snuffleupagus, man. You never heard of Sesame Street?
Did Snuffleupagus? I thought it was because of the lashes. I ain't gonna lie. That's the one with the lashes, right?
Yeah, he got lashes.
So what?
She got lashes.
He has.
You know what?
You don't know what he identifies from.
That's right. We do not know what Snuffleupagus
identifies as. That's right.
All right. Snuffleupagus was the original day.
All right.
Okay.
All right. When we come back, Friday will be joining us. Yes, Friday. Yes. He's an artist. He signed to Def Jam. He was the joint. He sang on the God Did. He sang on that joint with John Legend. So we're gonna kick it with him when we come back. He has an album out today. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Did you say Peace BET?
Peace
Breakfast
BET.
Club.
Peace BET.
Only thing in church that was interesting to me was the music. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I focus on. So I remember like one Sunday, all the musicians left, the old school, and I just went up and just start playing stuff by ear. Like everything they'll sing, I'll try to just follow it. You know what I'm saying? And then I would just transition every instrument. And that's how I learned how to play music.
I would say that one thing about Haitian parents, there's always a musician in the household.
Yeah.
Like the person that actually taught me how to DJ, he's Haitian, right? And his father taught him how to play the trumpet, the saxophone, and how to work the turntables. And it was the weirdest thing ever, and how to produce.
Yeah.
And he just knew all of that. And it was the same thing. They love music, but you had to stay to school.
Yeah, they love it. That's crazy because my pop made me play the trumpet when I was a youngin'. Like that was just something he wanted me to do, but he looked at it as like fun. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing they really looked at. Like, you could do this for fun, you talented, but if you don't go to college, like be a doctor or something, like you gotta leave the house, bro. Like, or we look at you as a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pop in college or like?
So I started making music in like 9th grade. Like I remember my cousin Marco, Music Spirit, he taught me how to produce, and being the musician I was in church, it was like as soon as I went in the studio, I produced my own track, wrote my own track, and like I did everything 100%. So since like 8th, 9th grade, I've been doing music like every day, perfecting my craft, not even dropping music. I was just so in love with it. When I went to college, I started releasing music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm introducing myself as Friday, but it's really not working. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no marketing. don't believe in me, none of that. So that's how it all started.
What was the big break? What was the first time when somebody's actually heard you like, oh, this is really gonna work?
It was always like, bro, you hella talented. So anybody I ever played my music to, they knew like, bro, you one of them ones, bro. Like, but the first time it actually broke off was probably like during quarantine. Like I remember I went to LA in like 2019. Me and my cousins, we had like $4,000. I remember like the Revolt Summit Diddy used to throw. I went to that joint before I went back home.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, he threw one in LA though, 2019. And it was a line you could play music for. And like that was like the first time like the A&R like heard me. I played my music. He was like, you got like a soulful voice. Like you remind me of like Ty Dolla. At the time he was working with Ty Dolla. So that was like the first person. And then I went back home to Philly like, I got one connect. You know what I'm saying? Like I could create. You know what I'm saying? And during that time I met my manager Edgar. I told you like I was on artist mode. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, you think about songwriting. It might be an easier way for you to get in the door if you don't got no motion going on as an artist. Like I'm telling you, like we could push this on some songwriting tip. You know what I'm saying? So when I went back home, I would make like probably like 10 to 12 songs a week and just send it to my manager Edgar, and we'll just move it around. During that process, I was working with my producer Denuzo. He was about to sign the deal on some publishing, and the A&R that heard my hooks on his beats was like, who that? Like we about to sign you, but who that? And that's how I got my first pub deal. Like that was like my first break of music, like during quarantine.
Where did the voice come from? Because you know, you I can hear you in just Philly all day.
Yeah.
But where did that soulful voice come from?
Church.
It sounds like a sample.
Yeah, it's church, but they got a lot to do with like church and like my parents being Haitian. Like a lot of the music, like Haitian music, it's based off like feeling. So like they're not the best singers. Like I wouldn't say the Haitians they're not the best singers, but when they sing, you feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture of church and like the pain of the Haitian, you know what I'm saying? Haitian music and all that.
How'd you hook up with Khaled?
So, like I said, I used to be on some songwriting tip, right? The person I signed to, the publishing label, the lady had left. And I remember I was in this deal like, how you gonna leave me here? Like I only signed here because of you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nobody at the head or nothing. So we was looking for a buyout. You know what I'm saying? And my manager, Edgar, was connected to Mary J. Blige's manager, Eddie. And he kept telling him, bro, like, I'm telling you, he the one, bro. Just buy him out this deal. Everything about to go crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Edgar just telling him. And during that time, I hit up Timbaland. I had Timbaland number in my phone. I sent him like,
how you get Timbaland number on your phone?
The producer, Denuzo, that how I got the first deal, he from Virginia. So I remember like 2021, he been put us in the chat, but I was going into 2022, like, you know how you go into 22, like, I'm about to take this up another level. I'm just looking through my contacts. I see Timbaland. I'm like, bro, I never used this contact, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I sent him like probably like 10 to 12 hooks / samples of my voice. The next day, bro, like he on Instagram like every other day tagging me, making a beat to it. Just took everything up a notch. Like every A1 producer that you know was in my DM. So the guy Eddie, he ended up buying me out my deal. And that's when Chris Brown's song came out. I wrote for Chris Brown on Breezy, Wolves Fall Off, and Need You Right Here. And then I remember I made God Did in my room, bro. Like Kylie was on the Instagram every day saying God did, God did. Every time he said it, it just touched my heart. You know what I'm saying? So I created a sample around that. Not even knowing Kylie how I'm gonna get this to him. I called Edgar. I'm like, bro, I got this joint called God Did. He like, bro, make another one, like make a real hook. I'm gonna get this to him. Remember that day I made God Did. I played Edgar, we called Eddie. Eddie like, bro, I got Khaled number. I'm about to send it to him. Send it to Khaled. Khaled hit us the next day like, I need this on my album.
Wow. So you did the beat too, or it was another?
It was just how you heard it, like my piano and my hook. So when I sent it to Khaled, he added the beat. At first it was supposed to be my song, like God Did Interlude Friday. Just that, we started the paperwork. Days go by, he like, bro, I just put 3 rappers on this and a singer. Like, this is gonna live forever, bro. When he said that, I'm already thinking Kanye, Nas, Jay-Z, just the level of the, you know what I'm saying, inspiration. He ain't tell me who it was. Like, I ain't know who it was till the song came out. I ain't even hear the song. So that's how God Did came.
Would you have still felt like God did if they had took you off?
Shut up, man.
I still would have, bro, because I'm still going number 1.
Still get paid.
I still getting paid. I still with number 17 Hot 100 Billboard. So it's still a God Did, but this is different because I always knew I was an artist, bro. Even when I was songwriting, I had projects ready like this for my artists. You know what I'm saying? So this was like the perfect way for me to, all right, here I am, bro. Like I knew who I was while I was writing. Like I knew this was my way to get in.
All right, we got more with Friday. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Friday.
God did being your first introduction to the world and having legends on that record. Do you feel like put pressure for your artistry because your first song to the world has Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Wayne?
I don't feel like that at all, bro. Like, I make good music, bro. Like, so I be telling people, like, it all come down to the music. The only pressure I got is to make good music. And I know that's what I'm always gonna do. Like, I don't care about, like, a lot of the other, you know what I'm saying? Like, people know what I added value to God did, how that hook touched people. And I'm gonna always be able to create that energy, that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only pressure. Like, bro, just keep giving good music.
I remember you saying how, like, when the record came out, people didn't put 2 and 2 together that you were Friday.
Yeah, the whole Twitter was like, who is this boy? Like, it don't sound like John Legend. Who, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, like, the record came out. I'm walking around the city, like, song playing in every car. Nobody knows it's me. Like, I'm walking around chilling. You know what I'm saying? I think my cousin came to the crib, like, bro, we gotta celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, I don't got $1 in my pocket. The check ain't come yet. So I'm like, I'm gonna get a section, bro, on me. Went out, bro. Song keep playing all day. I'm in the club. Khaled called me. It's the first time I talked to Khaled when it was like #1. I'm like, bro, I'm walking around this joint. Nobody know me, bro. He like, it's gonna change. He keeps saying it's gonna change. Like, I'm telling you, a new star is born.
Let's talk about some of the music.
Well, I think we should start with When It Comes to You. I feel like that record is going crazy right now.
For sure, yeah.
And I think what people really appreciate it is just the message.
Yeah.
Like commitment and wanting to work things out with somebody. And I feel like that's kind of like a rare thing for our generation. Like, people don't be on that type of time.
They do. That's why I made the song, bro. Like, it be a lot of, like, bull out, bro. Like, and, like, a lot of these artists really don't be meaning it, bro. Like, it be a lot of songs about, I got options, I can go to the next boy. You know what I'm saying? But
they crying
all
over
these
one girl.
people got one boy.
That's right.
All these artists got one husband, one boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even pushing marriage on people like with that video. I was just pushing the subject. Bro, everybody got somebody, bro. Why need to try to act cool? Like, bro, it's cool to be, you know what I'm saying? Tell your person how you feel and put that music out. And just the reaction, bro, was like, we feel this way too. Like, the most people you never would have thought in my DM, like, I love this song. You know what I'm saying? Just, that's why I wanted to, like, put the message out, bro. Like, everybody not on that. Most people not.
Being that you Haitian, did you ask anybody in your family put a little sprinkle on your career?
That's got crazy.
Yo.
Make sure it's crazy. I'm just saying.
His dad is a pastor. He just said his dad is a pastor.
Daddy or mom, I said somebody in the family.
But we got sprinkle. We got God on our side, bro.
That too?
That is the sprinkle. Sprinkle of Jesus.
Bro. We good.
Word.
Yeah, for sure.
What's wrong with you?
Back to the music. Don't Give It Away with Chris Brown was also a huge record.
Yeah.
But I love on here that you did a part 2.
Yeah.
What's the relationship of part 1 and part 2?
Part 2 is kind of like the breakdown, the vulnerable, like, slow down version. You know what I'm saying? So it's just and musically. You know what I mean? I got a saxophone in there. I got, like, a lot of, like, vocal elements in there.
Is that you playing?
No, this is one boy. I don't know his name, but my manager Edgar reached out to him and he added the sax. It's like on some like Marvin Gaye.
It's very beautiful. It's jazzy.
Yeah, that's how part 2 is, like the slow version.
Yeah, I feel like in that you kind of elaborate on like you still claiming what's yours. I just need to get myself together.
Yeah, for sure.
And even throughout the project, you're kind of talking about the same thing. So it's like it's a battle for you.
Nah, it ain't no battle for me. I was coming from a good perspective with this project. Like, I wasn't on no crazy stuff. Like, I was just saying, like, that song, like, just don't give it away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done playing with what I'm playing with. Like, I'm done playing games. Like, I'm all in.
Okay. This project has, like, a gospel feel to it. Like, I feel like it could be a gospel album. But then also it's, like, turn up Afrobeat vibes. So, with the gospel part of it, I feel like that's something we don't really get anymore. Like, a praise.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't even call it gospel. Like, it feel like it because, like, I'm giving so much soul and I'm bringing the choirs in. But
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
I mean, like...
Yeah, for sure. But I'm talking, like, real life, everyday stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that everyday people go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, even mercy, I'm like, it's just everyday. So I'll call it Friday, bro. Like, I don't say it's gospel because people that don't listen to gospel love them styles of music from me. You know what I'm saying?